another stream. So today we're just going to continue with the same build that we've been doing for the past 2-3 live streams. Just checking out my voice real quick. Great, I sound great. Okay, great, isn't it? Sounds good. It's loud enough. Can mute that finally. I got the reference. Oh wait, I completely forgot your guys' reference. Hold on. Let me add the reference real quick for you guys. And then we could immediately jump back in. I don't know if you guys joined yesterday, but yesterday we had a bit of an issue with the game. It kind of crashed towards the end. I was planning to leave around that time anyway, so you know, it was kind of convenient. But, you know, it still kind of sucks that it did crash. But I did obviously, oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, sometimes my my reference messes up a bit, but we should be good. Should be a pretty decent size for you guys. Steven, hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you so much for joining tonight. How are you doing? And thank you to all of you guys who have joined over on TikTok as well. I really appreciate that. It is a bit of an earlier start. I usually start like an hour and a half later, but I'm trying to make my streams a little bit earlier, so they might be a bit inconvenient at the moment, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to jump straight into the build. We're not going to waste any time because we have a lot to do. The only thing that I have done off camera, hold on, is basically literally just added a few of these like side hedge wall pieces, a few of these trees in the middle, and obviously just recovered some of the hedging that we did yesterday. We did all of this hedging basically yesterday, but it kind of got deleted. I did a few extra stuff around like the edges and stuff, but that's pretty much it. I didn't do too much off camera because obviously it's meant to be, the whole point of it is meant to be done online with you guys. So yeah, we have done quite a bit. I'm really happy with the way it's looking so far, especially this like fake curved area that's like a single tile. I really love this design. We're gonna obviously cover all of this stuff as well, a lot of greenery, so you won't be seeing the weird pathing around there. And if you guys have any suggestions at any point, at any time, of like what you guys want to see within this build or change something up, definitely, you know, we'll definitely consider it for sure, like without a doubt, because I love having a bit of user input, you know, and just like trying to incorporate some of you guys' idea, and then you guys can be like, hey, I actually incorporated and like helped create this, you know, which I think is really fun, you know. So yeah, just gonna add some of the foliage and stuff. So 90% of the hedging and stuff is done, and we don't really have to worry too much about any of that anymore, thankfully. We could just add some more fun looking foliage pieces and actually move on into adding some of the furniture today, which is going to be so exciting, to the interior and exterior. To be honest, if we get it done, we could definitely do both today, which I think is going to be super exciting because it's a bit of a change. Last 3 streams we've been doing a lot of exterior work and I've been enjoying it, but I don't know how it feels to you guys, you know, so I want to keep it a balance. Georgia, is this going on the gallery? Yeah, it will definitely be on the gallery once it's done, for sure. You will definitely know about it. There'll be about like 2 or 3 TikToks related to it, like shorts and stuff. So it should be done relatively soon, maybe by Monday as well, who knows. If I stream it, it might take a little bit longer, but if I do it off camera, I kind of like don't waffle too much, so I kind of finish it quicker. But I do have some other stuff in the works as well, so it's not just this at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. I definitely want to get it done by Monday for you guys because it has been in the works for like the past 3 or 4 days now, and I kind of want to not finish it, but you know, kind of speed it up. But I hope you're having a great day so far, Georgia. Thank you for joining, by the way, and asking questions. Grumpy Pumpkin, hey, welcome to the stream tonight. Hope you're having a great day. Glad to see you here again. Oh, you think it was so late? Usually I start late, I'm not even gonna lie. I used to start like way long, like I don't know, I just started way too late, but I'm trying to get a bit earlier. To be honest, this to me feels a little bit late as well. I kind of want to start a little bit earlier in the day, trying to get to that. Hey Hazel, how are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining today as well. But yeah, so nothing else is changed from the last stream. Obviously we just recovered some of the lost hedge pieces that we had on the other side of the build, and we're just moving on into adding some of the foliage and stuff. And if at any point you guys are just like, can you just move on into adding some more furniture instead of foliage, then we will definitely do that. But for the time being, I'm just going to add some plants and stuff, like not hedges, because we've been doing a lot of that yesterday. So I'm kind of looking for white plants like this one. Maybe not this one exactly, but just foliage in general that has like a white swatch. And we will also incorporate a few color here and there as well with a few plants. But judging by the reference image, it has a bit of like a monochromatic tone to it when it comes to the foliage. So we're going to try to follow it in that sense. So basically just going to place these all around, nothing too crazy. Kind of like in a small design though. I think that looks kind of cool when you kind of do like a bit of like a pattern like that. Looks pretty decent. If you like kind of exaggerate it, so it's like one is on one side and the other one is on another, that could be kind of interesting. And also we need to do so much terrain painting as well, which I think is not really that enjoyable to see, so we're not going to really do that. But I will do that in my own spare time. Hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I'll pronounce your name, but Nebu Luz. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but because it's in that fancy font as well, it makes it even more difficult. But thank you for joining tonight. I hope you're having a great day so far. Let's see what kind of trees we can use. We have like a lot to do around this front area. So I'm actually going to filter by the color just so we don't waste a lot of time and actually find what we want directly. Oh, I'm noticing that we don't actually have a lot, which is not great. I wanted like a tree that had like white petals, not like an actual tree that changes color, you know? So let's get rid of that filter real quick because that did not help at all. It's already midnight for you? Oh wow, okay. 20th of June here already. Damn, where are you by the way? Completely forgot if you did tell me. Usually a lot of people are from the US, so it's a bit earlier for them. So if it's around like 10 for us, it's around like 5 p.m.-ish around there. But yeah, I definitely need to take into consideration that people aren't always from the UK. I mean, the US, they're always from like other places as well, especially in Europe. Yeah, I'm gonna add a few of the same, maybe a few of these smaller plants in these areas could look kind of interesting. They cast a bit of a big shadow, which I don't like, but I mean it is beneath a really big like hedge tree, so it doesn't really matter too much. And we should also add a bit of these lavenders as well. I think that could be kind of cool to add a bit of color towards the back. And the last thing that we actually did on the live stream yesterday, if you guys didn't see, was we tried to add a swimming pool and then that is where it crashed. So we're going to be adding a swimming pool today eventually at some point as well, which I think should be very exciting. We're going to make like a very custom design for it as well, so it's going to look kind of interesting. Nothing like a usual swimming pool, like grass and stuff. I want it to look well taken care of, like a manicured garden. Can't really get that effect if you're using a lot of these really tall flower pieces, you know? I don't know, none of these are really enticing to me personally. Let's check the flowers real quick. I know there's a lot of vibrant flowers that came from Cottage Living. Let's see. These are pretty decent as well, these guys. But, oh wait, no, it's not even from Cottage Living. These are base game. These are very good. I really love using these ones. I use these pretty much all the time in most of my builds. So just going to use them sparingly, nothing too crazy. And I'm going to use a few of these smaller flower beds as well. Something like that. There's a lot of red going on, I can't lie, but I'm not hating it. Like, it's not too bad. Yeah, I literally went against what I said I was going to do. I literally said I don't want to add too much color to it, but I do want to make it feel like it is populated with something other than greenery. This is actually a pretty nice thing as well from Cottage Living. Even though it is very subtle, just adding it beneath it kind of helps it make it look a little bit more busy. Ukraine. Oh, okay. So definitely very far away from the UK. Fair enough. I definitely should take it into consideration then for my future builds for sure. Changing the time zones and stuff, or like the timing. Because to me personally, I feel like the stream is very late as well. Like it kind of does start a bit late, but at the same time, I don't know, like nothing. There's not really like a perfect time, unfortunately. But thankfully, I do end up always uploading them onto YouTube as well, like as like an after thing. So could always refer back to it if anyone ever needs to. Yeah, just gonna add a few of these here and there just to make it feel a little bit more populated. And I feel like something is definitely missing in between here. Maybe we can add some of the roof sculptures in between that came from royalty, like something like this could be pretty decent. Maybe not the what is this? I completely forgot what these are called. The ones with those really long feathers at the back. I forgot what animal this is, but we're not going to be incorporating that. Maybe something like this. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's. I would usually place something like this near a statue, like something like that. Obviously, probably get rid of that, but you know, something like this. But I don't know when this is not placed on a statue. I mean, in a waterfall area, it kind of looks a little bit weird. But we're gonna do it anyway because it kind of fills up that little gap, you know. And oh yeah, we also added these iron seatings yesterday before it crashed, and we didn't end up placing them again. So let me do that real quick. So a bit of a pattern like this makes it look a little bit more interesting than just having it really flat. And we're going to move these extra stuff over here just in case we want to use them later on. I also did this towards the side of the driveway. I think this looks way more interesting than just using a very generic looking fence piece. And we also need to fix this bit over here because it is kind of leading into the hedges and stuff. Yeah, something like that looks a little bit more decent. And let's get a bit of this. And there we go. That is pretty much it. I just don't want to spend too much time doing stuff that is not really that necessary, you know? Or that's not going to make a big effect on the build. These areas are relatively empty in the real life image, but what I think could make it look a little bit more interesting is doing stuff like this. So if we go to like a different colored soil paint or terrain paint, we can basically add like a few highlights in between, and we can make like random little patterns and then kind of like blend it in together just to make the grass feel a little bit more textured, you know. I do actually like doing this. I've been doing this quite often in my previous build, and I just think the effect that it gives off looks very good. So because I feel like grass, even in real life, it doesn't really have a very perfect sort of design, you know. So yeah, just something like this, and then going over it again with the main one just over it, just to blend it in nicely. And I think that definitely does help with adding a bit of a variation of greenery in the actual grass. So that makes it look a little bit more realistic, at least to me. I hope you guys can agree. I'll probably end up doing it everywhere as well because it is very effective in my eyes. Like, kind of makes it feel a little bit more lively. But yeah, do you guys have any tips when it comes to like these empty grass areas? Usually I also like placing, like surrounding the edges, like these pathways and stuff with the really flat fireplaces. The fence pieces that came from Get to Work, I find them very effective as well. But it definitely very much depends on the type of build that you're kind of going for, you know? Sure, you can even leave it like this if you wanted like a harsh effect, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take the exact same, the first layer, and then kind of just go over it just to make it feel less in your face, like the very bright and dark areas. And there we go. I feel like that looks way better than just like having it really plain and flat like this. just in these small areas. Even though it's a very subtle difference, it definitely does add a bit to the build. About saving, you can enable auto-save in MCC, yeah. Also, you can save entire lot to your gallery. If the game crashes, you have a backup in gallery. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case, Pumpkin. I do save to the gallery occasionally. Yesterday was, I did actually save to the gallery yesterday as well, but it just wasn't the most up-to-date version, unfortunately. Like, I did have a bit saved, but like we did a few, I'm sure you remember, we did, thankfully this was saved. This would have been a nightmare to redo, but like only this part of the build wasn't saved, like this curved area, which I really love the way this looks. It looks kind of like sophisticated with the alignment and stuff, the hedges. So Games, hey, good evening. How are you doing today? Thanks so much for joining tonight. Hope you have, by the way, I hope you guys are all having a great Friday. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend or not? I'd love to know. Maybe you guys are going to be staying at home playing Sims, who knows? But good evening to you too, So Games, over on Twitch. I mean, you guys will see it now, I think, from the live chat, which is definitely a great addition to you guys, because you guys can see each other's messages. But yeah, we do also need to add a few plants and trees and stuff in between these little gaps. So let's get onto that real quick as well. And then once we do this, we'll move on into adding the detailing into the garden area, like the actual back garden, which basically means the pool area and stuff, which is going to look very interesting. I've been saying this entire time how the pool is going to look very interesting, so it has to live up to it, you know, at this point. So I definitely have to make it look nice and intriguing for you guys. I don't know how we're going to do that, but I have like one idea in my mind. We have done like a similar design to it before, but it's going to look very interesting for sure. Well, at least it's going to match the style of this build, you know. Yeah, just going to add these in these small areas. We also need to add like a little tree around here as well. I just don't know what kind of tree to add here. We haven't really used a lot of these more American looking trees, or like just generic looking trees in general. We've been trying to use stuff like this a lot more, but these don't take up a lot of space, you know, and we want to take up space in this build. We could also place a few of these like around the edges of the lot as well. Could be kind of like a bit of conveniency to us to add those. Let's also lower this one down as well. And what is your thoughts about using these like hedge designs and stuff as actual fence pieces rather than using like proper fencing? I feel like it's not really that necessary, but if you guys want me to, I definitely think we could also incorporate like a fencing design around here as well. Like, for example, I can't lie guys, the royalty pack has came with like some amazing stuff. Like this one in particular, definitely really love the way this one looks. So we could try to incorporate something like this in between, maybe something like this where you can only see it in between, but it doesn't look that great actually. But you know, we could do something like that if you guys want me to. Mod Queen, hey, love your builds. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a great evening so far and happy Friday. Julian, hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining tonight on TikTok. So we're just going to add a few of these darker highlights in between these hedge pieces. And we're definitely going to be using a lot of terrain paints and stuff throughout this entire build. I'm going to do like a little quick run over it. Oh, give me 1 second. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know what happened, but let me just save real quick because that was really weird. It was like kind of like I don't know if that was on the tool mod, but it had like a blue overlay over it. Let me just save that real quick. Literally anything that happens in the game at this point, I'm just like, it can crash at any point. So I'm trying to save. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was like a UI bug or something. But yeah, I'm just going to go around a few of these edges just with this brown texturing for the dirt. And obviously we need to do it all the way around here. And we have this interior bit as well that we need to add a few plants and foliage bits to. It is a bit harsh at the moment with the terrain painting and stuff, but I'm kind of doing like a bit of like a quick overview of it, and then I'll refine it later on in my own time. But just giving you guys a general idea and vibe of what it would kind of look like with the terrain paint as well. Obviously we will, if you guys want me to, we can definitely spend a lot of time doing terrain painting as well. Like, I don't mind, but for the sake of the live being a bit more intriguing, we're definitely gonna move on into adding some furniture for sure. We need to, hold on. Another thing that I really think elevates builds. Oh, we didn't paint this. Well, I think we did, but it just kind of disappears on its own occasionally. So let's just add it back real quick. There we go. So one thing that I really love doing with my terrain painting is using the white pebble, this one in particular, and kind of just see, look, all of these are just, they always disappear on their own, unfortunately, when you change something around it, which I'm sure is something that happens all the time. But yeah, just for I'll let you guys know that it wasn't me just not applying it recklessly. But yeah, I really love adding this white pebble going all the way around my build. If you guys have seen my live streams before, you guys will know that I keep raving on about this, but I think it just adds a bit of a highlight around the edge of the lot and stuff, and it makes it look way more interesting. I don't know, I feel like the more variation that you have somewhere, like the more layers, especially in The Sims, it just makes it look way more interesting. I personally would hate to have pebbles like that around my real life. Like, if I had a home like this and had like pebbles going around it, I probably would think it was a nightmare. But I don't know, it looks pretty decent in The Sims, especially because it's, you know, really flat looking. Kind of just makes it stand out like a highlight. Just going all the way around with this pebble terrain paint, literally just using it around as many edges as I can around the build, mostly around the pathways, but we will use it around the actual build itself as well. Just going all the way around. We're almost done with the white pebble, so thankfully we'll be moving on from adding this everywhere. But it definitely does make the build look so much better. Yeah, something like this around the edge. I won't do too much anymore. We'll just do this last little corner bit around here. There we go. I think that is pretty much it for the white pebbles around the walls. I mean, we do have a bit of this area to do as well, I guess. Might as well do that and make it feel a little bit more complete. You know, it can actually be really cool if we highlighted this going all the way around it as well. Could look very interesting. Maybe even around the curve bit as well could kind of look cool. And all the way around here as well. So yeah, I think that definitely is going to make it look so much better. Even though it is very subtle because it kind of blends in together since they're both pebbles, I think it still looks kind of cool. And then after this, we will actually move on into doing that pool area, which I'm very excited for because it's just going to add a bit of liveliness and interactivity to this build. And obviously in the reference image, you guys can't really see the backyard, and neither can I. But we're just going to improvise and think about what might actually look good for a house like this, you know? And this weird bathroom tiling is not going to stay as the front area of the garage area. We're definitely going to change that up as well. Goddess, hey, welcome to the stream from TikTok. Hope you're having a great day so far. Thanks so much for joining tonight. Loving the build so far? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Mod Queen, I love the attention to detail. Thank you. I try my best with the details. I will keep it to a minimum though within the live streams. So that's something that I'm trying to balance at the moment. Obviously, my spare time, like when I do my builds off camera, I go really crazy with like the small details and stuff, but I have to take that into consideration and like not do it a lot in the like the live stream and just do it off camera, because I feel like it definitely can definitely make it seem like very repetitive, you know. But I feel like at the same time it is kind of the whole point of like the building process to see how they actually turn out to be the way that they are, you know. So like I'm kind of conflicted between both of the views of like keeping everything in or like skipping out some of the details. Gets a bit tricky about that when it comes to like builds in particular. I feel like a normal person who plays The Sims wouldn't really care about that, but you know. So yeah, we can finally move on into this garden area, and I'm just gonna save. I know, look, you're gonna see a lot of saving today. I apologize, but can't let what happened yesterday happen again because that sucked. Yeah, I have a question for you guys if you guys don't mind. A lot of people do reference wanting to have like an underground basement sort of area or like a layer. Do you guys ever play with that kind of stuff within your own games? Because I don't really incorporate a lot of basement related stuff in The Sims, but if it is something that people are going to play with, I might as well try to incorporate it. Sometimes I do when the build is like very big, but occasionally I just kind of skip out on it because I feel like it's not really that necessary. It depends how you play your game. Fair enough. Yeah, it definitely is very subjective, and it's not something that everyone's like doing, you know. Oh, I completely forgot to lower this. Let me just lower this as well, because it's gonna look very weird, because 90% of the hedging that we have around the entire build is lowered into the ground, so might as well just lower this as well. Yeah, just selecting all of this with the tool mod. I'm just gonna lower it down by like 0.5. Completely forgot to do this when I was recovering the hedges off camera. But I did try to remember to do it over on that side at least, so. Sometimes makes sense at a gym or the Nectar station. Yeah, the Nectar station, I agree. Sometimes a bedroom for the rebel team. Mod Queen. I do, but it depends on the build. Interesting. Would you guys think that this type of build, or this build in particular, would have a basement? Because I'm still not sure if I want to add one to this one yet. A lot of my old money manors kind of have one, but, you know, doesn't have to always be included. I don't know what we're going to do to this backside. We're going to think about that eventually. But so far we do have a bit of a plan on what we're trying to do, at least. Hopefully. Negative 0.5. There we go. And it's not going to stay really bare like this, by the way. We're going to add a lot more trees and plants and stuff, but we're moving on from foliage for the time being. So we're going to focus on the garden area real quick. Sign off with the pool design. Oh yeah, I also asked you guys yesterday. I don't remember the answer though. I don't think anyone answered. Would you guys want me to keep this here or not? Because it is like, if the entire lot was a bit like 10 more tiles outwards like this, like if we had like custom spacing, I would have kept it and like moved it further back. I feel like because of the amount of space that we have left, I feel like it's not really that necessary, but I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that and let me know. Sure for a club or nectar room. I'll definitely consider it. I like everything. You can spend the whole stream painting grass if you want. It's nice to quietly spend time together while each of us is focused on our own thing. Yeah, I agree, Pumpkin, for sure. I also really love, like, sometimes occasionally putting, doesn't even have to be a podcast or anything, like even a live stream, and just listen to them talk as I'm doing something is so completely normal for me as well. But yeah, for the people who are, like, actually watching that, I feel like it would definitely be a bit more entertaining if we just move on into something else as well. So I'm going to be focusing on the pool area, and I can already think about like a little semicircle along this side, and obviously on the other side as well to make it symmetrical. Accidentally took a picture. I feel like a lot of people do that as well, when they take like an accidental recording of their game or like a picture. Oh, you know what? An idea kind of just struck me. What if we had like a... I don't know if it would work, but I'm thinking like if we got rid of this, right? And I agree, Pumpkin, like just adding someone in the room and just like for them to talk, and it makes them feel like their presence is with you, you know? Like I get what you mean, for sure. I'm thinking of lowering this just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Maybe just like that one max. Oh wait, what? Why did it go back up? Pick this, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna do something like this, and I do also need to get rid of this flooring real quick. The hedging is gonna be a bit messed up, but it'll be fine, hopefully. So we're just gonna lower the ground to this area, and it might look like I'm ruining the entire build right now, but I think it's gonna be kind of cool to have a bit of an elevation on this like bottom area, where it's basically just gonna act as a seating area, outdoor kitchen potentially, because I don't think we can add a kitchen on the other side. So I think it could be kind of cool over here instead. Or kind of did a bit too much there. Okay, we're gonna need to raise that a little bit. I mean, the hedges got messed up, but it's completely fine. We'll fix that. Yeah, we're gonna add some extra thing over here. We're gonna add this just so it's a bit more symmetrical. Zara, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining tonight. How are you doing? A few of these stone what is it called, stone staircases could be kind of interesting. Let's get rid of this. Can I not add a thing there? Come on, man. Sometimes it is a bit odd with these things. I mean, I don't really mind the extended bit over here, but would have preferred without it. I mean, it kind of worked. Hold on, it works here. What the hell? Oh, it kind of dents it. Never mind. Because we're using we're down by 3 blocks, not 4, so it's it will leave a dent, which is the main reason why we have that white bit there. To be fair, you might as well just go that one more down, you know, so that we don't get that really plain white sort of thing above it. There we go. So to this level, yeah. Just gonna do the exact same thing all the way over here. I'm doing good. Just turn my Sims on. Oh, nice. Hope you're gonna have a great, fun Sims session on a Friday night or afternoon, wherever you are. I'm doing alright, thank you, Zara. I'm doing great. The usual. I kind of like it, but I think the pillars are too thick. Interesting. Yeah, I did actually get rid of it, Steven. I'm sorry for reading that. We could add something back like it in a moment. It's not a problem at all if we want to keep it. Maybe turn it into a canopy over the sun lounges. That can also be a good idea as well. I'll do what I had in my mind initially, and then we can agree based off of that, hopefully. Yeah, the goal today is hopefully to at least complete this garage area and like the surrounding like neighboring rooms. I think that could be very nice, and also adding the seating area around here. This area is going to be left a little bit blank today, so yeah, we're not going to add too much around here. I will be doing some extra foliage placement and stuff off camera, but I want to focus on this grand thing outdoor area. I really love the way this is looking so far. It's very lacking in terms of the plants and foliage and stuff, and the terrain texture and whatnot. It's not a problem. We're not going to fix that today. And I'm also noticing that we don't have our thing. There we go. Let me just place that real quick. There we go. So it should just sit nice and flush. Oh, it's not sitting nice and flush. What the hell is going on? It's meant to like not create this it's adding its like own bit at the front. It shouldn't do that because it is 4 tiles, but I don't know. Acting up. In between, but it still kind of does it. Okay, you know what? Let's just add one more layer like that. Yeah, I think it's just, we're not going to get rid of that, unfortunately. Even though it is literally clipping into it, but still creating that white bit. We could try to potentially match it with the color staircase. Let's see if we could get a matching color to it. I don't think so. I think that definitely does look better than like the really pure white though, so I'm gonna cover that up. No, Steven, I genuinely like I would love to know all of your guys' input. I would really love to try to incorporate it in the build for sure. Even if you might think it's like not a great idea. We could also go for a darker effect on the wall here. Make it look a little bit more interesting, but we don't have anything dark, so it's going to look a little bit random. Let's not do that. What else could we do around here? I was thinking like... hold on, I'm going to try something. It might look really wrong, but... I mean, it's worth trying, you know? No, that's not going to work. Never mind. My trial is... the trial ends there. It's not going to work. I was thinking of placing like fountains around like sides and stuff, but... Nah, that ain't going to look good. We could do something like this though. Hold on. If we add something like that and then place like a really small half wall, because I'm trying to add a few details around the pool area. See, it's gonna make the curved area diagonal, which is not what I want. So to avoid that, I think we're gonna have to add a pedestal. One that came from Get Famous, hopefully, should be fitting here. I mean, no, that looks so out of place, man. It's not good. We could use the one that came from Spa Day. Let's close the color panel. Let's go to packs. Oh yeah, I also ended up getting the free maker packs as well, which I haven't actually looked at. If it comes across, then we'll look at it, but I don't want to go searching for it. But from what I've seen, there's not really a lot to do with it. Like, it's a little bit. I thought it would be like at least like 14, 15 items, but I don't think so. Maybe I was expecting too much, I don't know. I want to use maybe something like this. Could look kind of interesting. I mean, it is still going to be a bit out of place though, you know. I don't know. Obviously, we're going to lower this down into the ground. Let's do like -2. Let's see where that's going to get us. Well, that's way too low. Let's do like 0.5, go up a little bit. That's not too bad. That's okay. But it is like, because it's not touching it, it looks a bit weird to me. Maybe for that reason we can make it a bit darker. That could kind of differentiate it. I don't know. There's just something about it that doesn't look great. I really wanted to add a fountain here for some reason. Oh, wait, hold on. I got another idea. Hold on. I got another idea. It's going to be a bit custom. And I don't know if people like custom, but could look interesting here. We have a lot of curved exterior design. Oh yeah, by the way, the hedging. I just noticed how weird it looks everywhere. We're going to fix that, don't worry. But for the time being... Oh, this can also be a really good idea as well. We're going to use these actually. Hold on. We don't need to use these really huge thingies. Let's get rid of that filter. And in case you guys are just joining or don't know what mods I'm using, I am always using Better Build by mod and the Tool mod as well, in case you guys are wondering. So if I'm able to do something that you're like, what the hell, how is he able to do that? It's probably because of those in particular. Very handy mod if you're on PC. I really love adding these kind of like infinity pool edge water support type of things. They're basically there in real life to like help overflowing water and stuff in luxury pools. But I really love trying to recreate that in The Sims 4, so... And I know it looks really weird right now, but... You know what, even leaving it like that, that is actually not that bad. It kind of has like a unique design to it, but we're going to kind of encapsulate it. We're going to enclose it off. I need to put my phone on charge real quick. Otherwise my reference is going to be gone. Surprisingly, the new packs are quite good. The last two aren't bad. I think I'll download them, but there's a nice bed and a new PC. Yeah, I saw the PC setup desktop one. I also saw the oh wait, maybe different stairs won't have this effect, or perhaps if you create a room, the stairs will behave differently. That is a great suggestion, Pumpkin. I'll definitely try that real quick. Just okay. Let's try a different staircase real quick. No, unfortunately that doesn't really fix it. But we could try the room thing. That was also a good idea. Oh wait, that actually worked, the room thing. I mean, it's not a room because I literally got rid of the flooring, but you know, it still worked. So shout out to Grumpy Pumpkin. That was definitely a good tip. In case anyone else also runs into that issue. Oh wait, no. What am I saying? No, but when it was closed off, it worked, right? I wasn't delusional. Yeah, it did work. Look, it does work when it's closed off. What the hell? Okay. Well, it's gonna retaliate, so we're just gonna stick with the weird bits that end up happening. That usually happens when your ground is about like 3 or 4 tiles instead of the actual like 4. Sorry, when it's like 2 or 3 steps and it's not the 4 steps in total. We have the 4 steps and we have like a clean pathway. Like I don't know why it's doing that, and we also merged it in. Like it's not like one gap in between. Watch it work over here, and it's not gonna work on our thing. Hold on. Trying to prove a point here. See, it's gonna work there. Yeah, it's of course it's gonna work there. But you know what we can do? What if we just move over? That Loki kind of fixed it. Okay, I think we find a solution. Okay, place it somewhere on the side where it works and then just move it over. I never really came across that issue, to be honest, but I'm glad that we were able to solve it together on a live stream. Yeah, this thing still needs to get fixed. Yeah, the room idea was really good if it's a room, but if it's not a room, then you're kind of cooked. But yeah, I think this solution is very nice. Maybe because we placed it next to the pool, that could also be another reason why it was acting that way. I'm thinking if we should add something like this on, or I'm kind of contemplating whether it will be worth it. I personally love the way it would look, but wait, why is it not going? Hold on, I'm gonna just like copy a bunch of these. Okay, and then we're just gonna follow this all the way around very carefully, just so it doesn't look very blocky, you know. Oh, and we also want to stay very close to the actual water bits. I know it's a bit rough around the edges at the moment, but we can definitely refine it once we get a proper shaping down. Yeah, it does look very rough right now. That is low-key looking a little bit rough, but it's gonna look good, hopefully, once we refine it. And we're obviously gonna lower it as well, so won't be staying like this at all. But yeah, I know these really custom designs can be very time consuming, so people don't bother doing them, which I 100% understand. But for the sake of uniqueness for this build, we want to make sure that we try to deliver something that feels a little bit more unique, you know. Now let's fix this worrying design. It kind of looks a bit weird. We could move these a little bit like that. I think that can help a little bit. That's honestly not too bad. It is a bit still blocky and stuff here and there, but I think once we lower it, you're not really going to notice that blockiness, hopefully. If you do, we'll go back and we'll refine it, but it should hopefully look decent. Let's lower it by, I don't actually know. Let's just try 2 for now. That's actually kind of perfect, you know, but we do want it to be a little bit taller. And preferably, maybe a little bit more like inside, like embedded. Gonna clip into the pool area, but it's fine. I don't know what that... I don't really know. I like the way it looked before, to be honest. I don't know, maybe I just did this for no reason because it looked way better before, unfortunately. I mean, it was worth a try. It was worth a try. I still like the way this looks, though. We just need to make it separate from the current shaping. I don't know how we're going to do that, though. We could try to use a bit of terrain, but... Hooray. Low-key might even just leave it exposed like this, but I feel like it's not really going to be that great if we thingy. Zara, I hope I can't wait to see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns out great, Zara. Hopefully I want to feel satisfied with this build, you know. I genuinely don't know what to do for this little area, though. I wanted to have this water overflow bit, but it's proven that it can be a bit difficult. We could do something like this instead, like the mini ones. Maybe these guys could look better, potentially. So I think we're going to do a different strategy, though, for the circle bits. We're going to place one of these pretty much on all these little bits, and then we're just going to fill in the gaps, because then it kind of makes it feel a little bit more like a proper circle, you know. I think the problem with the other one was because we have this whole area on like a foundation, and then we have this on like the first floor, adding that really tall slab, it kind of brought it back to that same foundational level. So it kind of was like, what's the point of having that? Do you get what I mean? But I feel like something like this, having it a little bit shorter, is gonna make the design pop a little bit more, which is, I think, more of what we're trying to do. So that's kind of the point of why we're using these like much thinner slabs instead. We could have also lowered the other ones as well for sure, but they were a bit too thick, you know, like it just wasn't unfortunately going to work out. I wish I thought about that beforehand, but you know, you live and you learn. It is what it is. I like this way more personally. We can also extend this all the way down there as well, so yeah, I think it's going to look very interesting once we add this. I don't think I've actually used this before on like a pool area, so this is going to be kind of a very unique effect. Like I've done this overflow water bit, but not using these tiles, so it's definitely going to be something new and fresh for me as well. And I will also obviously go off stream and refine these little bits a little bit more as well. Yeah, just adding this one. I know it's a bit it's a bit jaggedy on one side, but it is what it is. It's a Sims, you know. I mean, literally, I don't know if you guys noticed, but every single object in the Sims, like when you zoom into it, kind of is like it's not a perfect circle. It's always like very diagonally. I don't know. To me, I know they did that to like save on like how much it like renders the item or whatever, but I don't know. To me, it's not like perfect. You know, a lot of games do that, but to me, this looks very it's a bit chopped. Let's just move this using the cone art. Just trying to use the there we go. How can't I move this? What the hell? There we go. Something like that. We could do the same thing on this side as well. Oh, this side is quite empty. I know it's refusing to move, which is so annoying. Let's move this back just a little bit, just for the time being. We could actually use this tile and make it go all the way towards the staircase area. I think that's going to look way better if we do that for sure. So we're going to do that really quickly. It is, you've been doing this build for a while now. It's already turning out good. I'm so glad to hear that, Zara, because it has been quite a bit of an investment, like you said. We've been doing it for the past, like, what, I think this might be the third stream now, or the second, one or the other. I'm really happy with it, don't get me wrong, but definitely needs a lot more work. I think this might be the first time I'm doing, no it's not. I was gonna say this is the first time doing a 6x6 lot on a live stream, but it definitely isn't. It probably is like maybe like the second or third one. I try to refrain from doing too many of the bigger ones because they don't finish quick enough, so I could like start a new project. So you know, try to make it feel a little bit more efficient with picking smaller lots. But I felt ambitious with this one. I was like, you know what, it's fun, there's a lot to do for the environment, but then I'm noticing how like some stuff can feel relatively repetitive, like the hedging and stuff. So yeah, but I mean, it's literally part of the process of building, so you know, what did I expect? But yeah, we're just gonna add these staircases back. We're also going to move the pool areas back as well. But yeah, I don't understand how adding this literally adding this staircase off to the side by like one tile literally fix that problem, which is a bit strange, but I mean, you know, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. And we can also change the color of the tiling as well, maybe to this one. It's less of an ice white, which I think is gonna work a bit nicer for this build. Could also keep the ice white, to be fair, but I think this like off-white color is gonna work a little bit nicer. I mean, it's literally just light gray. I also need to save after this as well because I ain't trying to do this all over again. Hold on. Let me fix this because it's kind of annoying how jagged it is. But like I said, I will go back and refine this in my own time. Yeah, it looks a bit jagged. But it's okay, it's okay. We're gonna be fine with that. It's okay. Let me just save. Oh my, I didn't even notice the time. It's been like an hour and 10 or hour and 20 minutes already, which is crazy. Kemi, so stunning talent. Thank you so much. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining on this Friday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day so far as well. Would it actually helps with other simmers with ideas or help simmers with questions in build? Yeah, I agree, Zara, for sure. I feel like I've definitely, not trying to toot my own horn, but like I feel like definitely a few people have found a few things here and there like relatively helpful, especially with like roofing and stuff, because roofing is kind of tricky in The Sims, I'm not gonna lie. It's not always that easy to do. Of course, Kemi, no worries. I'm really glad to see you here on the live stream again. You're one of the common viewers, so I appreciate it so much. It's also better to enable VSync in the settings, that way the screen refreshes as a whole rather than drawing the image in lines. The game. That's so the game doesn't lag all the models in the same over. Yeah, Pumpkin, they're all low poly. That's the word I was trying to find. They just have like really low poly counts so that they render a bit nicer and stuff. But I don't know. Like, to me, I really love I mean, no game really exists with like high poly counts. Obviously, it's not efficient, but you know, like those really harsh edges look a bit ridiculous on some items. Is why I was trying to say earlier. It's also to enable VSync and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I have VSync on actually. Might have to check that. And for those who don't know Alpha CC, keep in mind that mini creators don't think about the file size. Yeah, I agree. Grumpy Pumpkin, I agree with that. The creator thing, because I created a few CC myself. I actually have it loaded in the game right now. I haven't just released it though because it's not. It doesn't look that great, but I'm still like working on it and stuff, making it look better. I was doing it like a few months ago and then I kind of stopped. But yeah, like I know sometimes they skip on like, you know how it says like the high poly count, medium poly count, low poly count, like they put the same 3D model in all the same categories, which kind of sucks. So even when from far away, it looks the exact same as like if it was like close up. So yeah, they don't really care about the poly counts and stuff. But yeah, it definitely does depend on like what kind of crate you're getting them from, unfortunately. Yeah, mostly I really love creating my own wallpaper in The Sims. Definitely is one of my favorite things. I have a few that like are completely ready, but I just don't use them because it's not like I haven't really released anything yet. I also want to release a reshade pack. Maybe not the exact same one-to-one one, but just something similar to, or like just something on Patreon. I don't know. I'll think about it eventually, but it's something that a few people have requested as well. But yeah, this is basically the design of the pool area. I think that looks kind of interesting. And we can also... Oh wait, what the hell? Why is it doing that? That might be an issue. Kind of sucks. Hold on. What the hell is wrong with that? To the point where it's like not working. I don't know. Just figure it out. It's completely flat, and I'm assuming it's because of the shouldn't be though. Shouldn't be because of the pool curve, because it is kind of far away from it. I'm guessing we're not going to add anything there though, so that kind of sucks, but it's alright. We can cover it up with a few plants and foliage and stuff. It's not a big deal, and it will also help with the jaggedness as well. We can add a few plants and stuff. And why is it not working over here then? Oh my god, man. Oh wait, you know what, wait, I think I know why. Hold on. If I move this, wait, let me it's not because of the curve, it's just because of the pool in general. So if I move this over, it should hopefully fix itself. I don't know why, but when you add a pool, it kind of acts a bit weird when you add like terrain and stuff. But once you add the terrain and then you add the pool area, it doesn't have an issue. Wait, I need to add it all the way over here just so it kind of has the same foundation height, and then we're going to push it over, and it should hopefully be, there we go. So it's perfectly fine now. So it's always like that one tile thing that you have with the pool is a bit weird. Yeah, wallpapers are so fun, Pumpkin. Especially, I personally love wainscot, so I have quite a few of those custom made. I really love the way they look. They are just so nice. I would love to have wainscot in my own home in real life. Not wainscot, not just wainscot, but paneling as well. Very nice combo. But not too much to the point where it looks like a... I don't know, what is a building that has a lot of crowning and paneling and stuff like... I don't want it to look like a museum, but you know, just enough to the point where it kind of like has a bit of that mixture of modern yet traditional elements into it. Like I know I build a lot of monochromatic looking builds in The Sims, but I wouldn't want my my real life homes. They would obviously be like that, but they will look way different than my dream homes in The Sims 4. You know, because obviously we don't have everything like one-to-one in The Sims, so I just go off of what I think looks best in The Sims in comparison to like what I would actually want, you know. Yeah, I'm also really loving this tiling that came from Royalty as well. Quite a few good stuff from that pack. I've added a good tiling as well. Sometimes I do use a sleek bathroom kit tiling for the pool areas. Sometimes I also use this one as well. This one's very perfect as well for the base game one. Cool as a cucumber marble. This one's actually pretty good, especially in like what is this called? In bathrooms as well. Very efficient. But yeah, what do we think about this little pool area? I think it's pretty decent. I want to fix this this area real quick because it's looking a bit worrying. It's kind of eyeing me, like just changed me already. So we're gonna change it really quickly. I don't know what we're gonna do around here. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. We could potentially add a wall here instead, like a half wall. That could be kind of interesting. Or we could do let's see, the slab from Sparty. Let me bring that back real quick. We can also add the really tall hedges back here as well. That's also another option. I don't know. I have many different options, but I just don't know what's going to work the best for the time being. So let me take one of these hedges real quick over here. I think the hedges are a pretty good option, like the really tall ones, especially since it is a bit like a sunken bit around here. You know, I'm going to use a tool mod real quick to get rid of this area because there's a lot going on and it's kind of tricky to do it all by hand. So we're just going to highlight all of this. Hopefully it highlighted correctly, and we're going to make it toggle. There we go. So anything that is highlighted in that dark green, it kind of selected. And then options, delete. So it should all do that. Perfect. And then now we can hide the grouping box, and then we can just get rid of these two. Very nice. I mean, I don't know. Would it have taken me longer to do it the other way or shorter? We don't know. but we're gonna just continue with what we're doing at the moment. I'm gonna place it on the ground just so it kind of has that same level, and then I'm gonna use the gravity tool because then it kind of keeps the level that this has, but then moves it over here. And we're basically just gonna do this all the way over here. I know it's a bit jagged right now, but it's okay. We can refine it. It's not a problem. Oh, I didn't want to select all of them. So something like that could be pretty decent. We're also going to reduce this down. We're going to lower it. So, in case you guys are wondering. Let's also get rid of Spade. And then... It's so funny how I tried to incorporate that Spade tiling into everything, but then it just doesn't work out. So, I have to resort to my hedges. Wait, what did I just do? I just loaded this entire bit on accident. Hold on. That was not meant to happen. Let me get out of tool mode, go back. There we go. And we can recover this bit again. Let's make a bit more of like a smaller change this time. There we go. Just want to flatten these edges a little bit. And look, one of my pet peeves with building is I hate this around the edge of the lot. I absolutely hate it. I wish either the environment, like on the other side, reacted to it, or it just didn't happen at all, because I hate the way this looks. But we're going to cover it up with hedges. I would never leave that empty like that, because that looks like so horrible. And you can actually see it happening on this side as well, which is not ideal, but we're going to fix it. Let's do something like that. And then let's move this pretty much all the way over that brown bit, so it kind of just covers it up. And we can also refine the sizing and stuff in a moment. Let me just place and see how many we need, and then we could just go ahead and merge these together. And I don't know if I said it yet, but we're going to lower these down. They're not going to stay tall like this. It will look very hideous if we keep it this way. Completely forgot these are my custom added trees at the back because I always use the same save file, so the existing plants that I place around the environment are still there. That's also another little tip. If you guys want like a good looking environment, but like you're like the world is lacking, just add it yourself with the tool mod, and it's just so much better than just leaving it empty. They're currently floating at the moment, but it's okay. We're gonna fix that. I've never seen anything like that before. I'll be interested to see how the fountain works in live mode. We'll definitely give it a go eventually, Pumpkin, for sure. I think it's going to look very nice with the fountains and stuff. They're just going to be like in like their own place. I think that's going to look kind of interesting. It is a bit more of like on the smaller side of my usual designs, but oh yeah, this is not meant to go all the way over here, by the way. We'll fix that in a moment. But I don't know, for the sake of the pool area looking interesting, I kind of just decided to do this. This is definitely on the smaller scale of my custom pool designs though, for sure. There we go. So now we can finally lower all of them down. That's actually on a different level, so I'm not even going to bother with that right now. Let's do it by like 2 for now. Can actually go a bit lower, to be fair. Let's do like 1. Not too bad. It's kind of on the same level as these hedges. So let's just raise it by like 0.5. Way too much. To like 0.2. That should be okay. I mean, there's a bit of a difference between these two hedges, which kind of sucks, but I mean, can't do much about that. So like negative, how much did we do? Oh yeah, these are different anyway, so it's not really going to matter what we did. Let's do 1, let's do negative 0.2. Probably like negative 0.1 and then it's done. We could do one more. There we go. And these are very uneven for some reason, these. I don't understand why. And we can also that and basically just ignore it. That's also another option. We can also add, let's add a wall as well, because I think that's going to help add a bit of layering to this as well. And as I mentioned earlier, anything that has a bit of layering looks a little bit more interesting in my opinion. If we just add a bit of this going on the edges, could be kind of interesting. Maybe a little bit lower. We kind of want to make the hedging stand out a little bit. We need to move this back actually, this side one. Let's move it back just a little bit. And then let's also lower it a little bit as well. I'm guessing that's going to be like a 0.2. Well, no, actually a 0.1. No mind, it was a 0.2. It's a lot of trial and error with this tool mod, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Let's add this back as well. Oh, what happened to this? I don't know when that happened, but let's fix that real quick. Oh, was it because of the wall? Didn't happen on this side though. I don't know what's going on with these staircases. They're like retaliating today. It's perfectly fine over here, but we'll get rid of it on this side as well. I mean, to be fair, it did kind of mess up the staircase, so. Now we can finally customize it and make it look way more interesting than it looks right now. I'm already thinking of potentially the eco lifestyle ones, like these plastered ones could look pretty decent. I mean, it's literally just a plain concrete, can't go wrong with that. And we can also paint the top parts as well. Let's go for a plain white. Oh, it didn't apply to these. I thought the foundation would apply everywhere because it usually does that, but I guess it didn't in this occasion. So we're just gonna do it manually, which is not a problem. And you know what? I'm really loving the way this is looking. Like, it looks very neat. It took a while to get here, but I'm really happy with the way it's looking. We should definitely add the hedges back over here as well, real quick. Let me actually, you know what? Let me raise this, and then we can lower it all together. You know what? This actually somewhere like 0.1. No, like maybe like 0.05. Trying to get it even. There we go. And then now we can lower this by negative 0.5. There we go. Very nice. And we got that weird staircase problem again. So let me just move over. So this staircase thing is just never ending, is it? There we go. So hopefully we shouldn't have any more staircase issues. We're not going to be moving it anymore. There's going to have obviously like a nice seating area. We can also add like a bit of a staircase over here if we want to, if we're feeling if you want an extra difficulty of dealing with the terrain pain and stuff. But before we add any furniture, let me go into the flower bits, and we're going to scroll all the way down. There's a few of these flower pots in like these vases and stuff that I think look very nice. So this one in particular. There's also like these taller ones as well, if I can find it real quick. I'm sure you guys would agree with me, they definitely would probably fit the vibe of this build. Maybe it's in shrubs. It shouldn't be, but oh, you know what? It might be in the normal home foliage category. So let's just check the indoor plants. It says indoor, but these definitely look a little... There's so many outdoor plants within the indoor category, which is a bit weird, but you know, that's besides the point. Let's add that one. We can also add this one. I really love this one. This is the one I was kind of talking about, but there's a taller version of this in particular. I don't know where it is. We can also use that a bit. Let's see. We also... Yeah, I'm basically just trying to find a taller version of this one, which does exist. I just don't know where it is. This one also really nice. I really love this one, Love Struck. Let's see. This is a pretty good one as well. We can also use... let's see. I don't know. Usually I find it in like 2 seconds, but it's not this one, but we can take that out as well. Lenka, yeah, all of my builds are for download, and they're available on the gallery and Patreon, in case you are wondering. And this one will also be available there as well. Maybe it will be easier to build the wall on flat ground, so it places evenly by itself, and then move the whole wall with tool. Which wall are you talking about, Grumpy Pumpkin? Maybe I read this a little bit late, but let me know which wall you were talking about, because I'm kind of curious. While I'm trying to find this outdoor plant. I can't find it though. I don't know where it is. If we skipped over it, don't worry, by the way, it's fine. But I'd still love to know, I'm kind of curious. Where the hell is this? It's this one, the Victorian planter, but it's literally just like, it looks exactly the same, but it's just taller and a little bit more narrow as well. Maybe it's in the outdoor plant area. I swear I usually find it in like 2 seconds and then suddenly it's missing. I also really like using these ones actually, these 3 down here from Romantic Garden. Romantic Garden definitely did come with some good assets for like the outdoors and stuff. Forever Lotus, I don't know if you heard me say, but they are available on Gallery and Patreon, in case you are wondering. All the builds are available there, including this one once it is going to be finished, hopefully. Brandon, hey, welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? Hope you're having a great Friday, wherever you are. I mean, you're in the UK, but you know, I was rolling into my default conversationalist thing, you know. How you doing, man? Just trying to find a specific plant in The Sims real quick. You know, a usual Friday afternoon issue for me. Usually I find my plants in like 2 seconds, but this one is taking a bit of a long time. I don't know why. You guys are probably not even going to like it the second I take it out, so... It's literally the exact same... Oh, there we go. It's this one, I think. I think it was this one. Was it this one? Might have been that one. I'm not really sure. It was something like this, but it was like in a different vase or potted plant or something. Glad to hear, Brandon. Glad to hear. But yeah, so thinking of potentially placing these planters somewhere around the pool area could look kind of interesting. Maybe something like that. I actually really love the way this is looking. The only thing is I don't like how it clips in, but you know, I don't really mind it, to be honest. I hope you guys don't mind it either. If you guys do, then we will definitely change it. Also, I forgot we needed to move this inwards a little bit. This was not going to stay like this at all. We just did this so it kind of fit onto the foundation. Yeah, the best way to spend a Friday night. I don't know if you were here, but yesterday, but our game crashed, so we had to redo a little bit of it. But it was just hedging though, you know. I mean, regular Sims issue, you know, it's not a problem. But yeah, we already sorted that out and stuff. But yeah, our Friday night problems are finding plants, which is kind of funny. Now I'm kind of thinking of placing a different, maybe like a different tiling around the plant, the pool area itself. And I also noticed the staircases just went back to adding this extra bit. You know, I'm just going to leave it towards the end of like the entire build overall and just do it later on. But because I keep doing it and then it keeps changing by itself. So there's not much that I can do about it, unfortunately. And I'm thinking maybe this darker colored tiling is going to look way more... It's going to stand out a little bit more. The other one was a little bit too, like, it blended in a bit too much, you know? That pool looks incredible. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Brandon. If you made your own pack, what would it be about? That is such a good question, Brandon. Oh my god. I don't even know. Obviously, it will definitely have some arches in it. But, like, for every single wall height, 100%. Every single wall height would have a very nice crown molding arches, and it will definitely introduce a very unique object. The object being you're able to place like a standalone crown molding design that kind of goes around the ceiling. That nobody's gonna care about that, but personally for me, like the little details like that definitely make the build feel a little bit more realistic. I'll do something like that. Maybe a column that's a bit more thicker. It's sounding like a actual build mode type of pack, which obviously it would be, but I'm talking build in the sense that like it's not going to include any furniture. It definitely would. I would probably add some very nice modern furniture into it, but nothing like minimalistic. Something that kind of has a bit of a mixture between modern and traditional, and it will definitely incorporate some paneling as well. I'll show you the paneling actually. I have my own that I made, but I haven't just released it. But so you know what, we're kind of halfway there, Brandon. If I ever introduce my own custom CC pack or set, you guys will definitely know about it. Let me see custom content. I'll show you guys the wallpaper that I ended up doing. I'm really happy with it. Might not be for everyone, so I completely understand. But for me personally, I just love the way it looks. Was it this one? No, it should be this one. There we go. I really love the way this looks personally. Like, within interiors, it will look amazing, like for sure. But I don't use it because I feel like it's not... it also has like the molding at the top that you can't see, unfortunately. But I personally really love the colors as well. Like, they're kind of muted. This is going to sound like a promo, but it's not even released, so... I don't even know if I'm ever going to release it, but I just really love like these smaller details like that. I think I made another wallpaper. I'm not really sure though. I think I made like plain ones that kind of matched it. I made these like a while ago. They basically just matched the little borders and stuff at the bottom and the top, just like in the same color swatches and stuff. I really love the way they look. So if I ever played The Sims on my own, I'll definitely use my own wallpapers and stuff. And I have a few furniture pieces as well, but I'm not going to show those. I mean, if you want me to, I would, but I don't think anyone needs to see those. Maybe once it's like actually released, which I don't know when, but sometime in the future. Speaking of plants though, I've been using this one quite often, so let me change it up a bit. Maybe let's use the smaller ones around the pool area. That can look kind of a bit more interesting. That would be so helpful. Custom paneling to add it to my wallpaper. Interesting. Can we pay for custom wallpapers? I need to something. I will release them eventually on my Patreon, hopefully. That will look so good in a restaurant. 100%. Restaurant, normal family home. I love the way they look. Hold on, reading messages. Maybe it would be easier to build a wall. Yeah, messages. Dead chat here. I wrote that when you're building the green fence by the pool, and you shouldn't have to place each one individually. And look, just placing them on flat surface first, then moving them Yeah, Grumpy Pumpkin, I should have done that. I should have placed all of them on like a singular row and then moved it afterwards. That makes a little bit more sense. But you know, with the tool mod, I feel like it wasn't really, you know, that big of a challenge. So I was just like, yeah, it is what it is. I'll just struggle a little bit. Moth Queen, you like the wallpapers? I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. If they ever get released, then I know a few of you guys would at least like them and appreciate them. Obviously, there'll be more stuff than wallpapers, but you know. And I'm also thinking it will. I don't know. I think we did this yesterday where we added a pathway around here, but it kind of got deleted. So let me just add it back real quick. Oh man, I need to move this, but I don't want to because I have to use a tool mod. So we're going to get rid of it and leave a bit of a gap in between. Which I don't mind, to be honest. And there's also a bit of a differentiation between the tiling and that. So we're going to do something like that. So it looks a little bit more seamless. I don't really like how the pathway looks right now. This looks like a bottleneck. You know, it looks a bit weird. So let's try to make it look a little bit more sleek. Maybe something like that. I still don't really like it, but don't really have much of an option. So I'm also thinking of incorporating like a family, like a kids playground area around here. I was trying to say like family home related objects and stuff, but could look kind of interesting to have a bit of that interactivity within the build. Still don't know what we're doing around the sides of this build, so that's kind of a bit worrying. Let's see. I do want to use this potted plant somewhere, just don't know where at the moment, so I'll just leave it there for now. We can actually add another one on this side. Can also add a few of these like fake grass linings, like the different like light and dark colored ones over here. They seem to have something like that going along in the middle of this backyard area, but obviously we turned it into a pool area, so it's not really going to make a lot of sense. And now that I'm thinking about it, we could have actually moved this entire, we could have done this entire pool design, like maybe like 1 or 2 towers further out, but we already did it, so I ain't going to touch it anymore. Yeah, honestly, Grumpy Pumpkin, the normal and specular map is one of my nightmares. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, because I was doing it like 2 or 3 months ago, I knew how to do it then, but I low-key forgot about it now. But I still have like everything set up and stuff, so I can always resume on it. I hate the normal and specular maps in The Sims 4. They're absolutely horrible in my opinion. There's so much work for like such little, like it requires so much work in my opinion to do those. Which is the main reason why a lot of people who create CC want to like you know, get something back from it, because it takes so long to do with how unofficial the stuff is, like to like place it in the game and whatnot. Yeah, those stairs, unfortunately, Mod Queen, they're going to be a bit of an issue. I mentioned it earlier in the live stream. They just keep going back no matter what I do. So I said towards the end of like building the actual build, like I don't know when that is going to be, but when I actually finish building it, I will do that last, so that I don't have to like edit it back in and stuff. And yeah, so it's not a problem. We'll fix it later on as well. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I was literally looking for this plant. I never used it, so let me just add these around here. I really love using these on. They kind of look well taken care of. Kind of fits the mansion vibe, I guess. Oh, and I also noticed that this is a door. I don't know if I want a million doors here. I think I remember So Gaming saying in the first live stream how doors are a bit of a nightmare in their save. So I do apologize if adding so many doors is going to be a problem. But I mean, you know, I kind of love sacrificing a bit of Sims performance for the view of my build. I do apologize for that, but you know. It's a bit of a random area, isn't it? Like, it's a bit weird. like it's on a diagonal. I still want to keep it though. Might as well just make the entire area just... Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better than just keeping it like that for sure. So let's just do that. And we can also just use a bit of hedging as well around here and just lower it down into the ground. Loki do the same around here as well. Let's just lower it down. And I forgot to use one of my favorite fence pieces around the actual flooring itself. So we're gonna go back into fencing real quick and just add it in certain areas just before I forget to add it again. So we're gonna use the get to work fence pieces. It's like really low one where you can like walk over it. I just really love this one. So yeah, we're just gonna add this as like a highlight around certain areas. No, not every single place, but just in certain areas, just to make it feel a little bit more complete. Once again, adding to that layer that we're trying to go for. And we can also do it around here as well. Even if it's not like at the edge of the tiling or like the flooring itself, it still kind of looks interesting in my opinion. If it doesn't look good, then we'll obviously change it. And I know the flooring change as well. We'll fix that in a moment. We could even add like dirt beneath these places if we really wanted to make it seem like it was like a bit of dirt patch and stuff, but oh my god, these annoying little bits. Loki might actually try the dirt idea real quick because I wasn't actually planning on that, but could add a bit of difference to the current design that we got. Let's go to... Oh, I also have these the mansion floor tilings that I ended up creating. I really love these ones in particular as well. They actually look very blue outside. They're actually not blue. They are very white, but they're like a very... Oh, it's because it's reflective. There we go, yeah. So it's like a kind of like a reflecting... No, lost my words. Reflective tiling, which I thought looked kind of cool, which I kind of created, but I'm going to get rid of it real quick. I thought I'd just show you because it just popped up. Let me close the custom content tab. That was not intentional. Let's see. It was where is that basement? There we go. This could do a bit of that here and there. It does make it feel a little bit more like of like a mid-century modern home. Something that is kind of like very sophisticated, you know, like every bit of the home is like, I don't know, like squared out and stuff. So we're gonna kind of avoid that, but we can definitely keep it like this, like a few of those outlines. Or is it a bit too modern? I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually and end up on a conclusion. But for the time being, I'm gonna surround a few of these walkways. I don't know if I should do it around the front area of the build though. Maybe just like around the sides and stuff. And where we have like these dirt patches and stuff and grass. Would you live in this style of house, Brandon? I don't know when you sent that, I'm so sorry, but just checking chat right now. I definitely would live in a house like this, 100%. I really love the styling of it. This is pretty much the type of design that I would want in real life. I know these type of homes in particular are like insanely expensive. They're more expensive than probably like a modern home, like a really modern looking home, because this has like so much of those like detailings and stuff, like the crowning, the molding, whatever it is, all the way around, like the interior, exterior. It's so much detail going on with it, which is really nice. He's definitely go on cruises. Get ready for the stereotype. Wait, I don't know which one I don't know when you said that, but maybe you could remind me, Brandon. Hamish, question: the large paper. What pack of CC is this from? Great question. This one in particular is the one that came from Desert Lux Kit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is from the Desert Lux Kit. This really big one. Sorry if you asked that a while ago. I wasn't looking at chat, so I do apologize. But yeah, these ones in particular come from the Desert Lux kit, which is really nice. It was actually free like 2-3 years ago. I don't know if you were there for it, but you know. Oh wait, hold on. The orange low-key kind of slaps. That's actually not that bad, you know. No, actually it doesn't. In this lighting it does, but we're not going to be seen in this lighting, so nah, I think the bright colors looks good. No worries. Oh, thank you for the 2 journey passes. I really appreciate that. Those maps are awful, but I make them automatically now. Automatically? That is interesting. I can help you if you ever want to change anything in your wallpapers. That could actually be kind of cool, Pumpkin. Doing them automatically though, I haven't heard of that. I mean, if you found a way and you want to keep it to yourself, then by all means go ahead. Because like, you know, I'm not like a crazy CC creator. I just wanted to get into it. Maybe like create like one. Just for the sake of like being able to be like, oh, like I'm a builder, I created my own pack. Just for the sake of being able to say that, you know. But no, I do actually really want to get into creating like models and stuff, but it's time consuming. Like I create a chair, I have a table, I have lamps and stuff. I have like a few assets and stuff here and there, but they're just really time consuming, and I don't want to like release 2 items. You know, like I don't want to release 2-3 items, so I'm just like, if I want to make it serious, I want to at least incorporate like at least maybe like 7, 8, 9, 10 objects at most, you know, for like a pack, not releasing CC items individually, and obviously include like the wallpapers and extra stuff like that in it as well. I really want to create like a London set, like a London exterior. I don't know if you guys have ever been to London, but the architecture there is, or the architecture here, because I'm in London, the architecture here is insane. Like I really love the way the craftsmanship on the detailing and like everything is just. I've been to like other cities, I've traveled like to other countries and stuff, and I haven't seen the level of detail that England puts into their buildings. Obviously not right now. Their buildings right now are not great, but I'm talking about like when they were first built and stuff. They put so much effort and detail into them. But yeah, I would love to add like a few arches and columns inspired by real life London, but I feel like so many people have already done that, but I don't really care if they did or not. I would probably get around to doing it eventually in the future, because those assets can actually be used for anything, you know, like if you want to like sell it off, if you want to like create games in the future, whatever, like they can definitely be very versatile. It's not just limited to the Sims. Obviously if you use the Sims objects then you can't sell it, but if it's like completely your own thing, which is what I obviously do, I feel like a lot of people, also CC creators, they take existing CC objects like Sims 4 objects and then just recolor them, or like just change a bit, like just change something from it and then reprice it, which I think is a bit scammy, but you know, each to their own. But if it's like a full-on like custom model and like it's like all done by them, then like by all means I feel like you should definitely get your monies out of it, because you know you put so much effort into doing that. But that's just my own take on it, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm kind of contemplating if I want to add this this tree here or not. Tammy King, thank you so much for joining tonight on TikTok. Oh, I need to charge my phone. Hold on. Okay, we also kind of neglected adding paint tools and stuff beneath this area of the build, since it was like relatively new. So we're just gonna do a little bit like this. I am kind of rushing it a little bit right now because I don't do a lot of terrain paints online, like online on a live stream, because I feel like it is a bit repetitive, but I do it like very carefully in my own time. Oh yeah, we also need to change this area because it looked hideous. But let's also, oh no, let's not lower that. We are on a, oh, there's a platform up here. Completely forgot about that because we copied the room from the other side. Let me just lower that real quick. And we're also not going to be using that. We're going to be using, oops, did not mean to do that. We're going to be using, we're either going to be using sliding glass doors or we're going to be using arches. Maybe something like this, because there's going to be a garage area, right? And I want to make sure that we leave enough space. I want it to be like a 3-car garage, maybe something that you can look into. I think that could be very cool. So if we do something like this, hold on, let me move that, perfect. So it's kind of all the same thing. Oh, I know there's like garage doors and whatever in the game, like from City Living Debug and stuff, but we're not gonna bother with that because we want to kind of like look into it, and we don't want to use windows, otherwise it's not gonna serve a purpose. And we need to be able to like get in and out of this building. So let me just yeah, English architecture is one of my favorites as well. I mean, usually before I used to be like, it was you know, it's a bit too detailed. Like I really love minimalism, but then, you know, I like a bit of mixture between like modern minimalism and the kind of like traditional thing. The only thing that I like about the traditional design is like the paneling, the wainscot, and the crowning details, the molding, whatever. Like that's the only thing that I kind of like from traditional, unfortunately. When it comes to the furniture pieces, that's when I get a bit iffy. I'm like, I don't know, mate. You know, it changes. Like if I see a really good designed traditional / modern room, then I'll love it, but it definitely does vary with me. But obviously in The Sims, you guys might see me create like a very modern futuristic looking build, but that's not always you know, like my favorite ideal design. It's just like what I think works in The Sims, you know. But yeah, I think we're just gonna add a few of these fake cars in here, and let's see what kind of lighting fixtures we got so that we can incorporate over here. Pendant lights for sure. I like these kind of lights in particular for the garage area. They don't really emit a lot of light, unfortunately, so we're going to be using something else. Let's see, these are pretty decent, but they're very, well, they're way too tiny. You're not even going to see that. Kind of want to use something that's going to be visible. Looks good. Keep the tree. Yeah, we'll definitely keep the tree over there. I like the way it looks as well. We'll add some extra stuff there as well if you guys have any suggestions. And let me add some lighting into this, and then we'll move on into adding some furniture pieces next to the pool area, and then we'll kind of like call it a day, because it is getting a bit late. And we'll do a bit of an earlier live stream tomorrow as well if you guys are up for it. We should actually use these lights. These are pretty cool. These kind of reminds you of like studio lights. They're kind of decent. They came from Get to Work. I should actually use these more often. I've been wanting lights like this. Hold on, I swear I looked for lights like this in The Sims before in like my modern builds, and I've never been able to find it. So kind of surprised that I was able to find it right now. I really love you know, like the really modern black strip lights that are kind of like embedded in the ceiling. Like there's no dent, you know, it's like literally just a light strip in the ceiling. I really love the way they look. They look so cool in like really high-end LA homes. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but I do watch a bit of like modern LA homes and tours and whatnot, and they always come up on my Sims Instagram channel page, because obviously it's to do with builds and houses and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of funny seeing so many like house related stuff on there. Kind of also gets me inspired as well, to be honest. Low-key, that looks like a G-Wagon from here. Does that not? Like it doesn't look like a truck. It looks like a G-Wagon on that side. That looks pretty decent, actually. Obviously, we're not going to be reviewing it from that side, so it's not going to say like that. Oh, and I literally just forgot to say something. It's obviously not going to emit a lot of light, so we're going to have to use these saucer lights as well. These are, I use these in every single build. Even if I use a normal light fixture in any of my rooms, I always place one of these saucer lights above it, like this, what I'm doing right now. just so it kind of like blends in. I don't like any of the light fixtures in this game. I don't understand what it is about them, but they just don't emit enough light, and you can't select something to like do more, you know? So kind of just have to force it with a bit more of these lighting fixtures. But yeah, I want to create some sort of fake garage environment around here. Kind of gonna go for a bit more of like a modern approach, so it's not gonna look like a very built-in sort of like mechanics warehouse or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna add too much detail to it, just something that kind of, you know, resembles something like it. Just adding a few random pieces like that as well, just to seem as if it's kind of like being used. Could add a few of these racks and stuff and the shelves, but ideally I kind of try to incorporate like woodworking stations within the garages just to make them a bit more functional. Create my content from scratch, and it really takes a lot of time, but I don't publish on a schedule, only when I'm happy with the result. Yeah, Grumpy Pumpkin, that is honestly the way to go with CC. Like, instead of like pressuring yourself to be like, oh, you have to complete it and like upload it because you need to like work on a time schedule and stuff, it's better to just go on your own pace, and wherever you feel like you're comfortable sharing, just like share that, you know? Because once it's out there, you know? Like, you can't, it's not like a build where you're like, oh, let me just retract it real quick, change something, and then re-upload it. Oh, I just filtered bio and the new objects. Is that really it? I'm kind of surprised. I'm not really, kind of shocked about that, to be honest. So in case you guys are wondering, I got the new free maker kits. They're free because people were requesting that I should probably consider downloading them. But it only comes with these. I haven't looked at these. I'm kind of disappointed though, low-key, because yeah, it's free, obviously, but come on, only like, really? Only 6? Or like, I don't know, maybe there's some other, like maybe like 7 or 8, 9 objects. But from what I'm seeing, it's only 6. That's kind of disappointing, to be honest. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. But they are nice, don't get me wrong, they're very nice pieces. I really love this bed. Like, everything's amazing in here. The creators did an amazing job. I'm not annoyed about the work at all. It's absolutely amazing. But I was just expecting a little bit more, you know? If you're trying to entice people to get to buy something, to buy more packs and like maker packs and stuff, you need to encourage them with a few more objects, not 6. This definitely does look like CC though, like the really harsh marbling design works very nice. You know what, I can see myself using this as like an island counter. Not like a proper island counter, but like kind of embedding it into, hold on, let's just do it right now real quick, because I feel like that is such a good idea. Like, if you had a, you know what, might as well just use this in the the new build, like this build in particular. Hold on, I kind of want to do it because I kind of want to see what it's going to look like. Like, if we had something like this and then it kind of just like embedded into it, could look kind of interesting. Something like that could look kind of decent. I've recently been doing like merging a few objects and stuff, like shelving unit pieces into my island counters. I actually honestly don't mind this little idea, so I could definitely incorporate it within this build for sure. I like the way that looks. We're going to do something with that. And these sofas as well, they're very nice. This this stream turned into a review. Okay, we're gonna get rid of them, but they did a great job. They definitely did. But moving on to our build real quick, let's add and finish this garage off real quick. I tend to make it like very generic and typical. I try to use tiling that is very thick. Maybe something like this one. No, these are very thin. These ones. free Free so they can say marketplace is a success. Yeah, they're gonna be like, look, guys, in like their like their quarterly reports, they're gonna be like, we generated this many downloads, but they're not gonna specify if it's free or paid downloads. Allegedly, I don't know. I have no clue. But I'm just making a joke, obviously. It does look like a kitchen cabinet. Imal, hey, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see you here tonight as well. I hope you're having a great Friday. Have you bought any marketplace stuff beyond the free stuff? No, I have no plans or intentions on buying any of the marketplace stuff. And I haven't even bought some of the kits as well. Like there was I'm surprised none of you guys actually asked me about like there's like a garage related kit. Like obviously it doesn't come with cars, but like a few garage related assets and whatever. I didn't even bother with that because I just don't really need any more kits anymore. I'm happy with the amount that we got so far and like how much I have in the game. So I don't really need. If someone requests something, I will probably consider getting it. Like if millions of people had it and I was like the only one who didn't, I'll obviously get it. But personally, I was like, it's fine. Like if they came out with a new expansion pack, I'll probably buy it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I probably would, even though I shouldn't be getting even more because it's not that necessary. But obviously, the expansion packs are just a bit more worthwhile, But I mean, they're never gonna come out with a new expansion pack, so. Apparently there's been rumors that there's going to be another one coming out, but I don't think so. I doubt it. If they said that the royalty was the last one, then it, it's a bit weird if they come out with another one, Is there a tire? I know there's a tire somewhere in live mode, but I just don't know where. It looks great. Thank you so much, Carlos. Hope you're having a great day as well, by the way. Thanks for joining over on TikTok. No, that's everything, including the shoes. Oh yeah, the shoes. Yeah. The shoes from Pass. Yeah, Imal, I agree. I'm not planning on buying any of them either. If anything, I might actually reduce the amount of kits that I use in my builds. So if there's a few that you guys could think I should get rid of, or like something that you guys might think like a lot of people might not have, then I'll kind of consider getting rid of them. Because a few people do actually say like, oh, when is like the next what is it called? When is like the next what is it called, man? The there we go, like a base game build or like less packs and stuff. And I definitely want to build or maybe do like a not like a series, but like a video or like a stream where we use limited amounts of expansion packs, kits or whatever, just for the sake of like seeing what we can create with it, I think it could be kind of fun. Don't get me wrong, it is really fun to like use all the objects and whatever I have, and like at the same time, like I kind of want to think about functionality and how many people are going to be able to download them as well, and how much reachability it's going to get. But at the same time, I kind of noticed that when I do a base game build, it doesn't do as well as like a normal, like all-out build, if that makes sense, which is also kind of like the struggle. So it's kind of just like a bit of a balance between the two, unfortunately. Oh yeah, we need to also add a workstation in this room. Oh, while we're in debug, let me also get rid of, let me add, not get rid of it. Let me add these real quick. We're going to be using those for sure. I really love these, the table and the chairs. I completely forgot what this came from, so I do apologize. Maybe it was from... Is this from the Tartosa World? The wedding? My Wedding Stories? Might be from there. I really love this one in particular. It's just really nice. It's a shame that it's not functional. There we go, the tires are right here. And we also... don't want to make it seem too much like a workshop, I kind of just want to limit what we're using. Oh, there we go. A bit of a weird bug there. Let's go for... Let's just write table, because I might want to select from the other workshop tables, and I don't know the exact names. Didn't want to type one there. I wanted to type... I wanted to press one so I can extend the catalog. Kirsty, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining today. I refuse to buy kits. I only have the kitchen clutter and the other who came at the same time. Fair enough, so I mean, kits are very subjective. So less kits created to use in the buildings. Happy me. The only thing, so is if I had to pick one specific kit or like a couple, I'll definitely probably go for the sleek bathroom kit. I don't actually even have the kitchen clutter kit. I just thought it wasn't that necessary for me personally. I was like, I don't really want to add clutter anyway in my builds. So I was like, anywhere I can get rid of that is great. There's like a few other kits that like, oh yeah, there's the modern retreat kit. I've been eyeing that kit and I'm just like, I really want to get it like ever since it came out, but I just don't want to add even more kits to what I have. Like I already use refined living, I use sleek bathroom kit, so like they already have that really modern element to it. I don't need to get the modern retreat kit as well. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, if I do get it eventually, I don't know, it's just not worth it in my opinion for the time being. I have enough. I don't really need any more. Oh yeah, why did I add this? I need to search table. See, sometimes I get a bit sidetracked when I talk, but we're gonna get back on track real quick. Hold on. So I searched up table solely because I wanted to see all of the woodworking tables, if that makes sense, instead of just selecting it by the name. So we have this one, scoop collects table. We have, but I kind of want like a woodworking one. I don't want the see, like these ones are pretty decent. We can also use the event one, and anytime I also like find an object that has an event equivalent, I will use that one for sure. Just means it's a bit more accessible, to be fair. And these new tables as well from the recent event is also really great as well. Oh, we should also incorporate this like table tennis as well somewhere. Let's see, I do want to incorporate a activity table. Could be kind of fun, but obviously indoors. Scoops collectors thing table could be kind of interesting, but I don't know, for the exterior it's not going to really work that great. This one could be kind of decent. This one could be pretty decent. Let's see what else we got. This was a bit too woodeny for me. Like, I know it came from the event, but it's not really matching that vibe that we're trying to go for. So maybe we can find something that works a little bit. Candle making, but I don't know if anyone moving into this house will probably be making candles. Although it does fit the part, like it does look the part, it just I don't know. But this one's pretty decent, but it's a woodworking table. Ooh. If it's functional, I don't know if I tested that. I think that is functional, so we're gonna use this instead. I don't usually use the woodworking tables from kits because we have other options, but for the sake, you know what, actually wait, no, we're gonna use the event one. More accessible. Got to think about that mindset, you know. Less is more sometimes. Let's just do this. There we go. And I don't know why I placed like a million of these shelves. And it's looking very black and white in here, so I do apologize for that. That was not intentional. Let's change that real quick as well. Oh yeah, the greenhouse kit. I really love that greenhouse kit. Oh, if you guys have seen most of you guys probably even came from builds that you guys probably seen my builds that have the greenhouse kit windows. I use those religiously. Like, I'm pretty sure I 90% driven up the sales for that one for sure. There's no way, because I use that I use that window in almost every single build. Like, I used to, not anymore. I tried to tone it down a bit, but if you go back on the channel, you'll see so many of those. But I really love the way it looks. Like, it's so good. It's one of the best for sure. It works in modern homes, it works in greenhouses, as the name suggests. It's so good. Maybe we can go for this color swatch. This could be kind of interesting around here. Now it kind of looks dark and gloomy, you know, now that we changed it dark. I'm a bit indecisive. But maybe there's like a bright, I think this lighter gray might look a little bit, there we go, something like that looks a little bit better. And maybe we can also change the rotation of the tiling, could look kind of interesting. And let's also change this tiling outside as well, just so it differentiates a little bit. I actually never use these corner piece ones. I know you're meant to actually use them in the corners like this, and then kind of fill in the gaps with the other ones that kind of match it, but nobody's got time for that, unfortunately. So this could be a pretty decent option as well. What do the reference image have? It's kind of the reference image literally looks like the one that we just had, but kind of trying to switch it up a bit. Low-key, my game is starting to act slow. Hopefully it's not going to crash. We haven't even done anything. I don't even know why it's acting slow. I'm going to leave the garage as it is for now. It looks a little bit bare, but it's okay. We're not doing the furnishing and stuff today anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I'm going to add these on either side, and we'll add a bit of these furniture pieces into this small garden area like I promised before we end the stream. So I'm gonna get rid of that umbrella. Probably get rid of this one as well. Let's just add a seating area over here with a table in between, especially since they're not going to be functional, so you know, it doesn't really matter about them there. And we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of this. We're not gonna use that. We could use this potentially, but we'll see. So ideally I kind of want to have like an outdoor kitchen over here, but I also wanted a seating area, and I'm gonna look, I think having an outdoor kitchen area here is going to be more appropriate because we don't have anywhere else. We can obviously place the outdoor kitchen area over here, but it's going to be like in the middle of nowhere, like in between where we have the garage and the walkway, so it's not going to make a lot of sense. So we're going to make it here instead, and we can have that dining table here looking towards like the pool area, which I think is going to look way more interesting. So let's just do that real quick. Obviously starting off with the barbecue area. Let's go for this one. I always go for this one if you guys know, you guys already know the drill probably. This one is just very nice and sleek, and it gets the job done. And I feel like the best thing, I still haven't found something that matches it, unfortunately. Obviously it doesn't really match anything, but these are kind of like the closest that I've kind of gotten to. So Snowy Escape for the win in this situation. And it's not gonna, doesn't unfortunately sit flush with the wall, so we're gonna have to whip out the tool mod a little bit. And I know sometimes it doesn't make it functional, but that is future Tanzo's problem, you know, he will fix that. When it comes to testing it, it will oh wait, low-key I can kind of, there we go, something like that. I think that's fine. What if I select something like this? Would it be better? You know what, I'm happier with the more extended outfit, you know, so let's just do that. And we can actually make it turn. I literally use these island pieces very weirdly for my exteriors, so I do apologize, but it works and it looks good, you know, so that's the only thing that I kind of take into consideration. Sometimes it doesn't connect, so I just turn on the auto counters. It's low-key refusing today as well, which kind of sucks, but normally it does actually snap onto itself, like onto this one. But if it doesn't, I just kind of go back and add it in. I know that little gap right there is going to annoy everyone, so there we go. Perfect. I can hear so typing. I'm joking, so, but we both have the OCD, so you know, maybe it's a good idea to save the game. But I do understand and respect who buys. I have a beautiful CC bathroom. Oh, fair enough. So honestly, the CC creators do an insane job with the pretty much every single room, but the bathrooms, they know how to create a good bathroom. They're amazing at it. There hasn't been an official announcement, just Twitter rumors, so I don't know what to believe about expansion packs. In my opinion, I feel like they might not, they're kind of just focusing on rebranding The Sims 4 to just The Sims at the moment, so I doubt they will probably release a pack. I mean, if they do, I'll be kind of shocked. How many bedrooms will this home have? That is a great question, Imal. I genuinely have no clue. Hopefully, maybe around like 7, 8, 9 is my guess for the time being. I have a question. Can I send a picture of a house that I think you would like to build? Yeah, for sure. I would love to take into consideration whatever suggestions you might have for like a future build. Definitely. Oh, another thing that we can also do is get rid of this and then so I love the little what is it called, like, you know, when you have like a little insider joke between each other. It's kind of funny. But yeah, don't take offense to it though. I'm glad that you find it funny, but like, you know, I'm saying it as a joke because it is really funny that we both kind of we see that little gap and we're like, oh, that's an issue. It either has to be symmetrical or it has to, you know, like blend perfectly together, otherwise we're both gonna have problems with the game. But yeah, I kind of also love placing something like this along the edge of these island counters just to kind of add a bit of functionality to this outdoor area. So not only is it an outdoor barbecue area, you also have the bar area, but I'm also noticing we can actually extend this out. We have some extra real estate that we can make use of because it's going to be empty around here anyway, so might as well just add that extra tile in between, you know. And let's get the bar stools. Did I even save? I don't even remember if we saved. Sonia, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Nah, Loki is kind of, my game is kind of twitching. I think long sessions are a nightmare for my game. I usually don't have this issue, but might be the stream. I don't know. It's like really subtle stutters here and there. Like, it doesn't happen all the time, but my game is not slow by all means though, so it's not a problem. It just happens like occasionally. I think it just depends on what I'm doing. Fair enough though, so I'm glad I got the confirmation, so it's all good. But yeah, once again, still going for that black and white design. I promise I don't always go for a monochromatic design. It just kind of ends up going that way because look at, I'm sorry, but look at this swatch. Like, what do you expect me to use this swatch for, please? This swatch is like a chestnut and like a really dark raisin brown red color. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't work with anything, you know. That's why I always resort to plain colors, because it just doesn't make sense. This is a good option though, now that I'm kind of ranting about it. The brown and the white, we can go for that. Wait, this actually low-key works pretty decently. I know it's different countertop, but you know, it's okay. And then we can also add a dining table right over here as well. I think that would look kind of interesting. Another thing that we should also do is add a bin, because the last thing I want your Sims to do is make food here and then bring it all the way towards the front area of the home, throw it in the bin and then come back. That's not efficient gameplay. So let's add one of these tiny little bins around here. I mean, once it fills up, you're still going to have that issue, but you know, that's besides the point. Let's also make that a bit of a brown color. There we go. It kind of blends in. I can actually change these to a dark brown as well. I wasn't actually intending on a brown color for this build, but low-key works. And we're obviously going to add a sink unit area as well. I feel like an outdoor kitchen with a sink area is very fancy. I don't know. I just get that kind of vibe. And let's add the dining table area as well. Just call it a day. Let's see what kind of dining table options. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know, because I'd love to see your input for this backyard area. I'm thinking maybe we can go for either this one, or this one's actually really good. We used this in the last stream though, so I don't want to be too repetitive. We could also go for this one from Get Famous. I really love Get Famous actually, you know, as a pack in general. Like overall, like gameplay wise, the world wise, and the object wise, Get Famous is actually pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's my top number one pack, but I would say it's a very good pack overall. A lot of people actually don't rate it that high, but I think it's a pretty good pack. If you like, and the celebrity system as well, that is pretty decent. I know it's a bit annoying here and there, but you know, it's fun. Like, it just adds a bit of difference to this game, in my opinion. But yeah, maybe something like this for the dining table area could look kind of interesting. Oh, in like this brownish swatch as well. I don't think I've ever used this brown swatch, so it could be kind of a good opportunity. I think it's probably leaning more towards like a gold color, but I suppose that's the point. Let's change the seating. Let's see what we can incorporate. These are pretty decent. I believe this is it's a free item. That I think that label there means one of it's like a free holiday thing. So it should be accessible to everyone. I think we actually used this in the previous build as well. Funny how I'm picking all of those up immediately, but is this even appropriate for outdoor chair? This looks like if it gets wet, it's gonna like hold so much of the moisture in, and it's gonna be like you guys get what I mean. Like, it's just not gonna be practical for an outdoor chair. But if we go to the outdoors, right, and we go to like outdoor furniture, there's barely anything, unfortunately. Like there's this one, but this is very outdoorsy, you know, like it's proper outdoorsy, and we don't have the matching table. Like we're not gonna use it. This looks very like old vibes, you know. It's not what we're trying to go for. This is like tenting, like tent camp, whatever. This is very Victorian-esque, but I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm quite the complainer when it comes to Sims items. I swear I'm actually not that I'm not actually a very complaining person, but when it comes to Sims, it's so limiting, you know, despite having so much. Like I would never use this. I'm sorry, but this, what is that? I'm sorry, but no. Maybe for like a futuristic build, potentially. Like the backing of this just doesn't really match what we're going for. I think the best one is this one, but you know what? That's not that bad. I shouldn't be complaining that much. It's okay. Is that okay? What do you guys think about that? It's okay. It's alright. Kevin, hi. Do you also plan on making Paradise content once the official is out? That's a great question. I'm considering it, to be honest, because a few people have been suggesting it to me. If it is something that the community wants to see from me, then I'll definitely consider playing it and creating a few builds on it for sure. Yeah, definitely give it a go. Why not? But for the time being, I'm just focusing on the existing Sims 4 builds. A lot of people are just hyping from Paralyze at the moment, but if it maintains that, then I'll definitely consider creating a few builds on there and a few mansions. I think it could be very fun with the amount of functionality that that game has. 100%. Because I have actually been following it for a while, like before its release. And I was kind of interested in it. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it has a nice mixture of mid-century and grand luxury styles in build mode. Lots of cool flair. I vote for the white. Okay. I think the plain white you're probably on about, so we'll definitely go for the plain white. I think you're talking about these chairs. I mean, I hope so. If it is a different chair, I'll definitely consider it as well. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with these chairs. They look very Victorian-esque to me still, unfortunately. These are pretty decent as well, but I don't know. They don't really look like outdoor chairs, you know. These could low-key work as well. We did actually use the actually wait, it's a bit too, it looks very I know this is Scandinavian, but it's also very modern looking in comparison to the rest of the build. I think this works a little bit better. Oh, the white. I think the white table looks a little bit nicer as well, I think. So we're going to go for that. Let's go for trade. Trade. Struggle picking tray there. Let's do that and then get a few candles on either side. This will fly so far away in real life with the wind and stuff, but you know, for the sake of the Sims, it looks pretty decent. I wonder what else we could incorporate. Could also make the bottom of the dining table area something different to make it stand out a little bit more as well. That's another option. What do you guys think about this design? If you guys don't like something, just don't hesitate to let me know so we can change it up. I want to add some things on the counter, but I feel like it's not necessary. Put in the rubbish bin that gives you money for cash. We can definitely do that. I was actually thinking of saving that for the interior, but if you want it in the exterior as well, then by all means we'll definitely go for that as well for the exterior. Why not? Let's go for it. And it's something that everyone has anyway, so convenient. I see you, Pumpkin. You're trying to get a few deals while you're downloading this house. I see you. You want a few simoleons back for all the expenses you're gonna have to pay off. I get it. We can actually add a few solar panels now that I think about it. Could be kind of helpful. I don't know though. We'll see. We'll see. This white is a bit too much. We can lower that a bit. Pick something else. What would you guys think about the different color beneath the dining table area? Or like not color, but different texture. We could also go back. It's not really that necessary. Like it's not a big deal. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on everything, so I'm down to change anything. Maybe a darker brownish matches the counters and pops the table and chairs. Maybe a darker brownish matches the counters. Interesting. Wait, did you mean the chairs or maybe you meant the flooring? Oh, you know what? Speaking of flooring, we can actually try a bit of this decking, you know? It's a bit too much though. Nah, it's not good, but low-key, I actually don't hate that. I honestly don't mind the decking here. It doesn't really work for this build, doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think it looks pretty cool. Sophie, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining tonight. You know what, you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I barely touched anything from the fairy pack. Like the second that pack came out, I just created like a build on it, and then I never really touched it ever again. So probably my least used pack of the entire game, unfortunately. That's also not bad as well, to be fair. Like a bit of a dark color beneath the dining table area, and we can also add a little fireplace as well. The floor, yeah, dark brownish matches the counters. We can definitely try the dark brown again. It seems cool like a rug, but not. You like it? Okay, we'll definitely keep it then for sure. Since quite a few of you guys like it, why not? Bit of a difference to the build. And we can also add like a little seating area on this side as well. We should definitely go for the Desert Lux kit fireplace as well. And then once we have the seating place, I promise we'll head out, because I know it's a bit late for all of us, and we're going to be live streaming tomorrow anyway as well. So, you know, just let's go for, these are pretty decent for the exteriors, but I kind of want to go for maybe something else. Let's see what else we got. Could go very modern with these ones, but they're a bit too blocky. I really love the way they look though, for sure. Let's see. I'm actually kind of happy with this selection, but need to find a matching armchair or something. This is honestly not that bad, but it doesn't look like it belongs in the outdoors, you know? But neither does this, and I use this a lot. This looks like it will soak in the rain as well. But I kind of want to use it. So let's go for it. I don't know about this two-seater now. I don't know, there's just something about it that doesn't low-key match now. Suddenly. My indecisiveness is coming back. I really wish we had something that matched the these Lux seats. These came from Desert Lux kit as well, so I'm trying to use the same stuff from the set, you know. I don't think we have anything from Desert Lux kit though that's like a two-seater. At least nothing that matches this in particular. The new maker kit here. This is such an indoor seat, and I'm thinking about in exteriors. This is not bad either, but it looks very interiors. This one too. I use actually quite a lot in my exteriors, but this is very woodeny, wooden work. This kind of feels like the only viable option, unfortunately. This was another option as well. Actually, wait, this one's pretty decent. If we find it in like a brown and black, or like white, that's actually not that bad. I like that one. I should actually use this way more. Wait, hold on. This is a really good sofa seat. Where did this come from? Oh, Get Famous. Okay. I was raving about that kit expansion pack a minute ago, so glad it held up, you know? See, I wasn't BSing. See, out of nowhere, random items I really liked, and it ended up being Get Famous. And we can also add a little coffee table in the middle. It's basically going to be this one. Hold on. It's like the little rounded ones. I really love using this one. Once again, Desert Lux kit. I really love Desert Lux kit. If you guys haven't noticed, the entire flooring, everything is used Desert Lux kit. Like 90% of my items anyway. Curtains, you name it. It's always been used in my builds. Let's also make this in like a bright, sort of like brownish color swatch. I think that's pretty. That's actually a really nice seating area. Maybe a lighter color tone for this could look pretty nice. If we have it. I mean, I was kind of looking for like an oak color that kind of matched the cabinets, and that's pretty decent. But the red for the thing doesn't really match what we're going for. We could do this, but it's a bit too different from each other. That's honestly not a bad set either. That kind of matches nicely. What did I have before? Hold on. I think I like this a little bit more though, low-key. Even though this brown is a bit too dark. We could also do that. That's another option. Add a bit of yellow out here. Let's do that. Why not? Just add a bit of color. Let's go to the trays again. Let's add one of these Louis Vuitton inspired patterns for the tray. Maybe like a... Should we keep it yellow? Just so it you know what? The yellow low-key matches. Like everything matches a bit. So I like that. And let's add a little plant around here and call it a day. And we'll add a few extra stuff tomorrow as well, because it is getting a bit late. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just like, I want to keep adding more and more and more. But yeah, I think I'm going to call that the end of the live stream, low-key. So thanks to every single one of you guys who have stuck around until this entire time. Maybe a wood floor that doesn't look too much wood. We'll definitely try it. So games, 100%. I like it. I have to drop. I enjoyed it. I'll join the live tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mod Queen. I really do appreciate it. I don't know if you left already. Probably did, but thank you so much for joining. Till this entire point, I really appreciate it so much. Obviously, you guys already know who you guys are, but thank you so much to all of you guys who have joined this entire time. This live stream has been really fun. Save new. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know and ask right now if you guys want to. We'll also change the flooring real quick as well. See if we can find a relevant wood that kind of doesn't look like wood as well. Maybe we can do like a bit of a carpet. Could be kind of interesting. That looks like soil. Let me see. This one's honestly not too bad either. From what we had. Kind of has like a muted color to it. That's actually pretty decent. I'm going to save that. No need to save it to the library. I mean, yeah, because it's already going to be saved anyway. But thank you to every single... Carla, thank you so much for liking the live as well. I appreciate that. Thank you to all of you guys who have joined. What time are you planning to stream tomorrow? That is a great question. See you all tomorrow. Thank you so thank you so much for joining. Hopefully tomorrow, let me see the time right now. Maybe about like 5 or 6 p.m. UK time, or maybe 4 p.m. starting from 4 p.m. I don't know, you guys can decide actually if you guys want to. If you want like an earlier stream, I can do earlier, I could do later. Doesn't really matter for me, to be honest. Maybe obviously it will definitely be earlier than today's stream, and it will finish earlier as well, so it won't go until this long. Yeah, let's look at a bit of an overview of the build, because I'm loving the way it's turning out so far. Look, the only thing that I can like nitpick from the reference image is, you see this main compartment area, this middle bit, it's a bit more narrower in the reference image, right? If we really wanted to, we can always move this inwards a little bit. You know, there's always more options to make it feel a little bit more like the reference image. But for the time being, I'm really happy with the way it's looking, like the layout of it, the shaping. You got your designed like driveway areas. It looks super cool. We need to curve out this little area over here later on. I'll do that in my own time. And obviously fix this little area, add some more seating over here. That's tomorrow's problem. And we'll also add the furniture within the interior and more on the exterior as well. But I'm really loving the way this is looking, even though it does look very lackluster. Oh wait, those little plants that we had on the side are gone from yesterday's crash, so I'll definitely make sure to add that. But thanks so much again to all of you guys who have joined today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Your stream's always so fun and relaxing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Grateful Sims, thank you so much for the kind comment. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. I'll leave you guys this time, I promise. All right. Take care. Have a great night.